Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
If you've ever felt trapped by a family member or partner who showed just a sliver of remorse after hurting you, only to have that tiny gesture used as a shield to excuse ongoing abuse, you're not alone. Maybe it was the half-hearted, "I'm sorry if I hurt you," that somehow made you feel like you were supposed to forget months of cruel treatment. Or the moment of fake vulnerability that reset the clock on their accountability while leaving you more confused than before. Welcome back to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast. I'm Lynn, your host. Today we're talking about what I call redemptive masculinity, a calculated pattern where abusers perform minimal remorse not out of genuine accountability, but as a strategic move to maintain power and control. This dynamic shows up constantly in narcissistic family systems and toxic relationships. The person who scapegoated you offers just enough regret to make you question your own anger, but never enough to actually change their behavior. It's a masterful manipulation that keeps you trapped in a cycle of hope and disappointment. Here's what's really happening. When someone shows you that tiny sliver of remorse, they're not having a breakthrough moment of self-awareness. They're performing damage control. They've pushed you to your breaking point, and now they need to pull you back just enough to keep the dynamic alive. That brief apology isn't about making things right. It's about making sure you don't fully walk away. The timing of these moments isn't accidental either. They typically happen right when you're starting to see clearly, when your anger is justified and you're beginning to set boundaries. Suddenly, here comes this moment of apparent vulnerability or regret that makes you think maybe you've been too harsh. Maybe they really do care. Maybe things can change. But notice what doesn't happen after these moments. There's no sustained behavioral change. There's no deep dive into understanding the harm they caused. There's no consistent effort to rebuild trust. Instead, you get just enough emotional crumbs to keep you engaged while the same patterns continue. You might have experienced this as feeling crazy after these interactions. One part of you knows the apology felt hollow, but another part desperately wants to believe it was real. You might have found yourself making excuses for them, thinking things like, well, at least they said sorry, or maybe I am being too sensitive. This internal conflict isn't your fault. It's the intended result of their manipulation. The person doing this understands something crucial about human psychology. Most of us want to believe people can change. We want to give others the benefit of the doubt. We want to see the good in people, especially people we're connected to. They're counting on these decent impulses to keep you hooked. What makes this particularly insidious is how it weaponizes your own capacity for forgiveness against you. Your ability to extend grace becomes the very thing that keeps you trapped in an abusive dynamic. They're not interested in earning that grace. They just want to exploit it. You might have also noticed how these moments of remorse often come with conditions attached. I'm sorry, but you made me do it. I wouldn't have said that if you hadn't pushed me. I'm sorry you feel that way. These aren't real apologies. They're blame shifting disguised as accountability. Real remorse looks completely different. It comes with sustained behavioral change. It includes taking full responsibility without deflection. It involves making concrete amends rather than empty words. It doesn't put the burden on you to get over it or move on quickly. The person who scapegoated you knows the difference between real and performative remorse. They're choosing the performance because it serves their purposes. They get to maintain their image as someone who's capable of growth while never actually having to grow. They get to keep you engaged while never actually changing the dynamic. This pattern also allows them to paint you as unreasonable if you don't immediately accept their minimal gesture. I already apologize becomes their shield against any further accountability. Your continued hurt or anger gets reframed as you being unforgiving or holding grudges. Here's what I need you to understand. You weren't misreading those moments. Your gut instinct that something felt off was accurate. That hollow feeling you got from their apology was your intuition telling you the truth. You weren't being too hard on them or expecting too much. You were recognizing manipulation for what it was. The truth is, someone who genuinely wanted to repair the relationship wouldn't rely on minimal gestures. They wouldn't expect you to be grateful for crumbs of accountability. They wouldn't use their brief moment of remorse as a get-out-of-jail-free card for ongoing harmful behavior. You deserved real accountability, not performative remorse. You deserved sustained behavioral change, not empty words designed to keep you hooked. You deserved someone who was genuinely interested in understanding and repairing the harm they caused, not someone who just wanted to manage their image while continuing the same patterns. When you think back to moments of apology or remorse from the person who scapegoated you, what feelings or doubts did those moments trigger? How might recognizing this pattern of redemptive remorse shift your understanding of their true intentions? Thanks for being here today. If this episode resonated with you and you're finding value in the work we're doing here, there are a few ways you can support and deepen your healing journey. If you'd like to support the podcast, you can leave a tip at buymeacoffee.com/waketheelephant. Every contribution helps us keep creating content that validates your experiences and supports your recovery. And if you're ready for more personalized support and wish to meet on a one-on-one basis, you can head to our website at movingforwardafterabuse.com/coaching and complete the Google form. We'll get back to you from there. For additional resources, visit movingforwardafterabuse.com. And if you're finding value in these episodes, we have ad-free versions and bonus content over on Supercast at narcissisticabuserecovery.supercast.com. This is Lynn, and this has been another episode of the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast. I'll see you in the next one. This podcast is for educational and informational purposes only. The content shared is not a substitute for professional mental health advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you are experiencing a mental health crisis, please seek help from a qualified professional or contact a local crisis hotline.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.